Hello, everyone. Today, I'm joined with my two favorite co-hosts, as usual, Sammie.
Hello.
Will. So, what did you prepare for us today, Will?
Today we're gonna be doing some tiers of. Next slide.
I don't think.
Next
Well, did
slide.
you send the slides?
So, Will, how's your kid?
Which one?
Great question.
What?
Great
Oh
question.
yeah, I have multiple kids.
You have multiple kids?
Me as Will has multiple kids.
Oh, okay. Okay, so that's the end of to start the podcast. Yay!
Yes. Do it.
Yes.
Who is that? Justin?
Whoa.
Justin? I didn't realize you had glasses.
How's your kid?
Which one?
Hi guys. Welcome to the Hypothetical Nonsense Podcast, where everything is fake and nothing is real. There's some sad news that we have to break to you today, which is that this until further notice will be our last Hypothetical Nonsense episode, and we don't know. The thing is, like, we're shooting this like 3 weeks before you're seeing it, so like a lot might change in the next 3 weeks, and we have really just had no idea right now. It's just that the company is in a wind down period, and next week is the last week of production, if I'm not wrong, and so this is our last slot for the podcast room to film Hypothetical Nonsense. So I was thinking maybe I was gonna say we should make a tier list of all of our podcasts, but I feel like we could just talk about them and just reminisce a little bit, because I have some favorite moments.
Can we rank them from like F to A?
Oh, and like categorize them kind of. So
Yeah.
I guess so. Yeah.
Let's do it.
I don't really know how much, because wow, our first podcast came out 7 months ago. Isn't that crazy?
That sounds ridiculous, like saying that. Like everyone's end of podcast is like, we started like 5 years ago. Our first podcast was 7 months ago.
I know, but relative to my age, 7 months is like 50 years.
Are you a baby?
Yeah.
Were you just- Are you new to Earth?
No. Well, okay. I have to say, like, in the past, not this past year, but the 3 years before that, I was like in a state of not like growing. Like I could not. I was maturing, and my brain was growing in size. I was completely unaware of the progress because I was just like vegetable. And so then this year, because those conditions were lifted and I was aware of like myself, I felt like I had grown tenfold, because I was just realizing the brain growth that had occurred.
A new woman.
Yeah. And so for 7 years, I had like 4 years of like my growth and brain growth just hit me all at once in a year. And I went from not being able to form sentences to being like, I can comprehend infinity. And that was really, that was a lot.
You think you now and you when you were 16 would get along right now? Like if you had to be roommates with your 16-year-old self,
Yeah.
How long until you think you'd go crazy?
I genuinely think if I was roommates with my 16-year-old self, my 16-year-old self would be crying every single day, and I would just be taking care of this like poor girl. Not that she was poor, but it was like she was. I was at that time drinking water, not doing well. Wasn't being taken care of, and so then I would just be like, "Hey, bitch, get it together. Like, I love you. You're trying your best, but you're not doing a good job." And there's like 5. If you just like sleep good, eat good, stop doing this, start doing this, maybe go to school, learn to read, you'll just enjoy life.
That seems like a lot of people. That seems like that was definitely me at 16.
I know, but it was kind of like there. It seems like it's right now as a 20-year-old. Not only am I like, okay, it seems a lot more simple than it was, but at the same time, as a 20-year-old, I feel like I could go up to that 16-year-old and explain to her what she should do and how she should do it, how she should think about it. Because I can't tell her how to feel. Like, you feel like shit, valid, but you're thinking about things the wrong way.
You know what I would do? Actually, Sammie, what would you do? If you were 16 and you lived with your 20-year-old sense, would you smack the fuck out of him?
Oh my God.
Would I smack the fuck out of myself when I was 16?
Yeah, and tell him to like stop doing shit or like start doing shit.
All I would tell him is to start making stuff earlier.
Really?
That's all I'd be like.
What if?
Bro,
But what if you burnt
get
out
on
earlier?
TikTok now?
Oh, true.
Get on TikTok, bro.
Actually, yeah.
Bro,
if you-
get on TikTok right now. Here are the lottery numbers. Here are the lottery numbers. Oh, am I time traveling or is it right now?
It's in. How old were you? What year were you? 2017. What year were you when you were 2018? 2018, right?
Huh?
You were
Yeah.
16 in 2018.
2019.
2019.
2019 to 20. Yeah.
Man, I'm 25, man.
No, you're not.
And you're still alive.
And I'm still alive.
That's good.
And my brain is still growing.
So is it time travel or no?
no, it's 2018, and you just happened.
So
to...
it is. So I am time traveling.
Yeah, but you didn't. Okay, okay.
No.
You're there. Ready? And you're there now. You don't know the lottery numbers right now, do you?
What the fuck?
Do you know them?
Yeah, but
I need time.
No, you
also-
don't have time.
Okay.
Sammy also knows that there's going to be a pandemic that comes.
Okay.
He knows what
Let's-
stocks to invest in. He
No, I
Does
don't.
he?
Okay, maybe
Do
not.
Maybe I don't know. Fucking Rooster Teeth. I'd say, bro, invest in Rooster Teeth right the fuck now. Here's what it's going to the moon. Here's what I would do. I would tell him,
Bitcoin, probably.
Nah. Oh.
bro, and meet Santiago, bro. He's gonna spit game about Bitcoin. I promise you.
What if you would you like steal like what if you started making Jonas's videos like then
If I said haircut, everyone would be like, "What, bro? We doing?
Haircut,
Hey, we
haircut.
doing the Millie Rock. We not, what's haircut?
We doing the Renegade.
I
What are you
wouldn't. I
talking about?
wouldn't tell him to do anything like trendy because then
Yeah.
don't be ahead of the trends. You can never be
You
ahead of
can't
the trend.
start the trend.
No,
Yeah.
the trend happens. You
Yeah,
can't be
yeah,
ahead
yeah.
of one because it's all
You can't be like
contextual.
skibbity toilet, right, guys?
And everyone's like, "What, bro? You have to go to a hospital."
It's timing. It's all about
I'm
timing.
It's about
telling
timing.
him this is it because when I was 16, like I wasn't like, or I would. Here's what I'd tell him. I'd say just start, do what I'm doing right now, but right now, and then I leave
yeah.
because then by the time I'm right now, I could be fucking right.
Fucking celebrity.
It's,
Like
all,
who?
it's all about timing, you know?
I would go back and I would give him all of my scripts to all of my most viral TikToks and tell him to make them right then.
That's
Actually,
so
that's not-
That's
interesting.
exactly no. That's exactly what I would do.
Well, okay, I started YouTube when I was 15.
Yeah.
And so by the time I was 16,
you
everything
went viral.
yeah, everything already happened by the time I was 16. So me when I'm
What?
16, I'm like, stop making videos and start to take care of your health because you will end up in a hospital. And I would have been like, no, I won't. I'm like, yeah, you will. Bless you.
That's a cough.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You can bless anybody for anything.
No, but I feel like when I was
Thank you,
16,
Sammie.
I was
welcome.
so
You know what? Bless you.
my brain was so small, my prefrontal cortex so small that I was so insecure about the dumbest shit. And had I just been there to be like, hey, honesty is the best policy. Stop lying to yourself. Stop lying to other people. Just be who you are, even if it's really embarrassing, because it is. You should be ashamed of yourself. If I had just learned that it was okay to be terrible, you know,
If I was me,
Yeah.
I would have just kept being terrible then. If I learned that it was okay to be terrible.
No, by the time I was 16, I was like, that was like the start of my existential crisis that continues to 20. Like, I don't think I'll ever. It's really weird looking in the mirror and knowing that I will never be free of the existential crisis that started when I was 16. Like, I will always be like, what is happening? Why is this happening? What is going on? Why is this happening? And as long as I was just there to be like, hey, it's never going to go away. You're never going to have an answer and you're always going to be kind of upset about it. Just be happy.
I think I was terrible.
Hi.
I was terrible until I was like probably 21, and even now I'm probably
At 25, you're still terrible.
I'm terrible, but at least I'm aware of why I'm terrible. I feel like when I was 16, I was terrible, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know why everything's bad. And now I'm like, oh, I know why things are bad because I'm terrible, and I'm trying my best to be less terrible. So bad things happen, and I can't get upset because I'm like, what am I gonna do?
But I was an asshole till I was like 21. Like I was
what?
like mean.
Like what? Like what'd you do? I was mean.
I would like troll and like just to be a dick.
Too.
Just people. Like on the internet, I would just like troll. I was a troll.
I haven't heard troll in. Actually, I heard it this morning. But
Actually, I still troll, but this time it's like it's less
harmful. What were you doing?
Brother.
No. I would just like be mean to people. I was just an asshole. I would just like troll, but I wouldn't like insult people. I would just like get on people's nerves. Like I was really good at pushing people's buttons without like, and then being like, what? Like I'm not doing anything.
Oh my!
That was
Until you were 21.
It got better from when I was 16 till 21, and it was probably like, but when I was 20, I was like, yeah, like I got it.
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
I'm more sensitive to comments now. Like I was on a subreddit for like male living spaces, and people were just like, "Get the fuck out of your parents' basement." I was like, "What? You don't know if this person's in their parents. Why would you say that?" Like before, when I was younger, I'd go on the internet and I'd be like, "Yeah, fuck you in your parents' basement," and now I'm like, dude, chill out. Like, why are you getting so upset?
I think it was learning that, like, how much, like, I, like really craved attention growing up. And, like, that's, like, just accepting that that's why I even started doing social media in the first place. And, like, understanding, like, that even like being a nuisance was just like being just like
to be seen
like and
that's your reason, like you think like that makes sense.
I think so.
To you?
And even now, like for example, I joined like a Discord server for like a D&D, like, or there was like a game shop in Oregon that I went to, and they had like a Discord QR code, and I just joined, and every once in a while they'll text and be like, hey, I'm on my way for the D&D, and I'll be like, me too. Like, it's not funny. It's just so it's so stupid, and it's like
so
just trolling. And they're like, and even they're like, who are you? And I'm like, Will. I'm on my way too.
That's cute though.
No, it's not. It's
no, it is
desperate
cute.
And it's sad.
No, I mean the reasons that you would be in a position where you do stuff like that are not. I mean, it is like that's a need that wasn't filled, and it should have been filled. You deserved that as a kid, but you didn't. But it's interesting, and I think it's sweet that you would do stuff like that. And I also think it's telling because we all, I think, have very different reasons for why we ended up doing social media. Like for me, it's not necessarily about attention, because in general, I'm very good at getting attention. Like when you're a woman, you get attention regardless if you want it or not. So now it's more about being understood. Like I have always been like very literally misunderstood, where I'm like, you will not understand the words coming out of my mouth because you're just not there right now. Like that won't make sense to you. And that's always been so frustrating to me since I was a kid, that like I would go on social media where I would be able to explain myself a little bit and see, I'm like, this is what I mean. This is the key code to understand what the fuck is going on in here, because I can't explain it to people. And so it's like, for me, I'm like, it's not about being seen or heard. It's about being understood. Did you ever hear about your grandparents? Like my grandfather died when I was like 10, and I didn't know anything about him until very recently, when my mom was like, this is who your grandfather was. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Why didn't you tell me? And she's like, well, you weren't going to appreciate it back then. Like my grandfather was like a really cool guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But like also crazy. Like he was a
I want
journalist.
to be a cool grandpa one day.
But to me, like the things that he made him cool are just things that can't happen that much in the world anymore. Like he was a journalist during World War II and did some other really crazy shit and was a professor. And I was like, and given now what I'm interested in, I would just be like, tell me about like when you met this guy and what he was like. Because he would just like he would like get people from the USSR, out of the USSR, and like host them in his house. We had a lot of like really famous artists and writers just in the house when my mom was like 7. And I was like, why did anyone tell me that? Because I would have talked to him. But now I'm like, he's dead. Oops.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yeah. Thinking about grandparents when they're young, like just like being like a little like me. It's like weird. It's
but
like,
they weren't. They were going through shit. And they're like, and you just have your...
but old people were silly, I feel like. I feel
like, imagine like Ice Spice grandma. Like Ice Spice when she's like 80. Like, this is when I made, you think you the shit, you're not even the fart.
Like...
Damn. I feel like we're so aware of ourselves that by the time there are videos of like Gen Z being elderly, we're gonna laugh at ourselves. Like, isn't it funny that an elderly person is saying you're not even the shit that fart? Like, that's funny. And then you look in the mirror and you're like,
we're looking at it through like a post-ironic kind of self-aware lens.
Yeah, meta lens.
Meta, like,
but then you look in the mirror and you're old and you're just like, where did the time go?
Not matters. And then you take your pills.
You take your forget-me pills.
And then you're like, what?
That's so
I don't
interesting.
think old people want to forget stuff. I think they try to get their memories back.
That's true.
Yeah, taking the Prevagen.
Taking the memory pills.
Taking
The memory
them.
pills, the fish oil.
Fish oil.
Fish
Omega.
oil apparently is like a life
And the
hack.
elderberry.
Yeah, elderberry.
Yeah, the
Bladder rack.
Mediterranean diet.
I'm telling y'all,
Ashwagandha.
I started taking bladder rack. I've been a new man.
You know, Dr. Sebi, you gotta rub almond oil on your ass. You gotta shove an avocado up your pussy.
Wow,
Almond oil.
that was crazy.
I don't know how that came out of my mouth. I'm on Twitter too much. It's changing my chemistry.
Is that like offensive language to you? Do you feel like that's not appropriate language?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like, there's like 4 curse words that I'm okay with saying. Fuck, shit, boob.
Damn.
No, not boob. My
Damn.
chemistry's
Hell.
changing. I don't
Fuck
consider
shit.
those. I guess fucking shit, because I love to say like fuck or shit, but like it's really contextual. But I do not
Bitch.
like saying
Like,
the B word.
She's like
Yeah.
serving cunt. Like, are you
Nope,
okay
I'll
saying that?
never say that.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
not
really?
my
I don't
place.
say it either, but I said it in an Instagram caption because the pun was too good. It was too good.
I
Did you
love-
see it? Did
I
anyone
love
else
it.
see it?
I did. Was you
texted-
posing like that?
I texted Riley.
Serving this country.
Yeah,
That was cute.
serving my country.
No, I thought that was so cute, and I was like, oh, that's not a joke that I think Will would make in person, but I'm glad he did it in the caption.
That's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that in
Yeah.
real life, but I guess I just did.
Yeah, a couple
but country's
times.
a word.
Yeah.
So
But you're saying it like
Country.
you know how like
it's
Bo
serving
Burnham was
our
like
country.
chips and vinegar. Like he's you're
Chips and
saying
veg.
cut all of that.
Keep it.
No,
keep it.
No, cut it. Cut
Keep
it.
it.
Cut it.
Keep
You
it.
don't look at the Slack. It's gonna get cut.
Keep it.
It's gonna get cut.
Keep it.
So, but
Last episode, I said to cut something and you said to keep it, and they kept it.
So you gotta keep it
because I'm the
The
one
bias is crazy.
The bias is because Peyton only knows my name. He only knows my fucking name.
The BFT review Slack is unopened.
I just like-
or I mean, I check that shit every day.
I think words are so crazy because words can be so disgusting because they mean so much, but then they're just words. So they don't hurt me, but they can have so much impact. And so that's why I'm just sort of like, it's not that I would ever, like, I'm not the kind of person where it's like, well, we shouldn't censor like, yeah, shut the fuck up. You don't know what you're talking about. But I like to discuss it. Like, I like to discuss the nature of offensive language and not necessarily be offensive in and of itself.
Well,
But I also like listening to Come Town. So,
I had a friend who like if somebody tells me not to say something because it hurts their feelings, I'm not gonna say it.
Yeah.
Like I'm
Yeah,
really,
of course.
I'm like I'm not so set
yeah.
on a certain
I'm not gonna be
thing.
stubborn of my own, like, of like, because people will, especially like, I'm gonna let you finish your thought actually.
Thank you, Kanye. So, but it was
I'm gonna let
it
you
was
finish.
but
Was that your
Beyonce
first-
had the
Okay.
sorry.
Sorry,
Shut
I
up.
interrupted you again.
Oh,
Fine.
What
That's
is
that's
language
okay.
for if not to communicate with people? Right?
Yeah.
So like if someone says to you that hurts my feelings, why would you be like, well, I should be allowed to say what I want? Why are you saying anything at all? Who's it for? You're talking to somebody else.
That's
it's a
absolutely
conversation. There's someone listening.
I'm
Yeah.
talking to you, and if I'm actively making you uncomfortable, maybe I should stop talking to you.
That's
Yeah.
such a good point.
Maybe I should
that
talk to somebody else.
Language is to communicate with the person that you're speaking to.
Yeah. So when people are like, I hate these snowflakes and don't let me sit, so stop talking.
Bro, talk to Filbert
Talk
over at
to
the
anyone else. Talk to your
truck
damn
rally.
self.
Yeah,
Look
yeah,
in the
yeah.
mirror and talk to yourself, and then maybe you'll learn something. That's the thing. If you're talking to people and people are like, you offend me, and you don't think it's appropriate that they're getting offended, go talk to yourself in the mirror and see what happens. And then you're going to get to a point where you're like, you know what, you're a pussy. And I'm like, wait a minute, maybe I'm the problem. Maybe I'm the problem. Like me, yelling. That's what I was talking about before. Just yelling at nobody because I don't think it's appropriate to yell at people. Like I really, of course you're going to yell at people. It's going to happen. I just don't think it's appropriate to ever like get angry at people, but you have to get angry. And so it's nice to just be angry by yourself in the mirror and just yell.
But can yourself take all that anger?
I think that's the thing is that whenever I yell, I either yell until I cry or I yell until I laugh, which is so interesting.
I feel like the Joker.
The Joker.
Dude,
I was gonna say
I
that
ha-
first, but then you said it first.
I have a 15-minute video of me yelling until I laugh and then yelling until I cry. And to me, I'm like, oh, it's worth it because I recorded it.
15 minutes?
I wouldn't
You
have
blew
that.
your vocal cords out.
Yeah. Yeah. That was 3 days ago.
But we couldn't do that 10-minute laughing TikTok.
No.
I made a 10-minute video, a 10-minute birthday song for my friend last month.
That's cute.
That's all I have to say. Add
Thank
to the
you.
Conversation.
Great.
Speaking of, we're the end of the elephant in the podcast room. Let's start with that one with our tier list. With our
Okay.
tier list. Can we get the tier list?
I was
on the
gonna
screen?
ask a question that
Did
I
you
think
make
might
one?
be interesting because we're a comedy trio, right? And I feel like everyone does comedy for different reasons. And it's interesting because I feel like my sense of humor comes from a place of anger and not from a place of just joyous energy the way that these two seem to enjoy comedy. Which is why there's times when you guys are just laughing and I feel absolutely nothing because the only time I laugh is when I'm angry. It's good, guys.
What was you saying?
Yeah.
I'm playing.
So I feel like you try and you're funny for attention.
Oh, damn.
Well-
I'm never telling you shit again, Caroline.
Well, you said it, and I think it's an interesting thing
Wait,
to bring
he
up.
didn't say that.
He certainly did.
No,
so
he did not.
He totally
I said,
did.
I said that. I said that I used to be. Now I think that I'm funny because it's like it's like a skill that I've.
Now,
it's-
oh yeah, but all of us are like that at this point because it's like a job. But before that, I'm just wondering, like, where did your sense of humor come from? And I'm not saying like you did it for attention, as in, but it's sort of like you as a child. Why were you trying to?
Okay, fine.
Be
You
funny?
want okay? I didn't get attention at home, so then when I went to school, I
Sure.
would get all the attention that I needed in a day. So then I would be silly in class. So the teacher would be like, "Well,"
Sure.
and then the kids would be like, "Well, what?" And
Yeah.
then I would go home and not get any of their attention. So I'd wait to go to school again and be the class clown.
Cool.
The
I'm very
class
interested in
clown
hearing about it.
doctrine.
Yeah. My at home, everyone would have really, really severe anger issues and did not know how to express their anger. And so I was just like, anger is never appropriate to express. And so I had it because I'm genetically I have a lot of anger. And so then I just learned to be funny. And the only way I
knew
could
that shit was plugged into your shit. I knew you just unplugged my shit, bitch.
They're both.
Well,
They're both plugged
shit,
in.
bitch.
Did you turn it down?
So
Unplug my
interesting.
shit from your shit, bitch.
Interesting head stuff.
Sorry.
What is going on?
So I only use comedy when I'm like trying to express a difficult emotion, and I know that people won't listen to me unless I make it funny. Where I'm like, I have a difficult emotion to tell you, and if I say it to you sincerely, you won't listen to me, or you're not going to care, or you won't help me, and so I have to do it funny so that you give
I'm
a
sorry.
shit.
I'm listening to you. I promise.
And then I wonder with Sammie, because I feel like Sammie, it really is just like from the beginning, it seems like a skill set.
I think the socially accepted class clown doctrine I think works for most.
Yeah.
But I feel like I've met so many like class clowns who like from what you said, like it's just like maybe it's for attention, but also like I'm trolling because also I think that shit is funny.
Yeah.
Like I've known some class clowns who come from a great household.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
get
yeah.
attention at home. They just like to fuck with people.
It's fun.
Because there's some sort of sickness in their mind where they're like,
So-
I just like to fuck with you.
Would you say that you have that?
No, because I don't like to fuck with people.
But do you
Yeah,
get bored? Like, do you think that you get bored and so there's like you want to make things funny? Like, why do you think that you started to go for humor?
Well, I was never going for humor.
Sure.
I would just say stuff because I'll give it a number. I'll say 70% of the stuff I say is a joke. The 30% is serious, but I say it and people laugh.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
it's easier to.
Is that
communicate.
frustrating?
no, I know that I have just like kind of a funny. I'm like funny looking.
Yeah. Yeah.
What the fuck? Get this off the screen. Get this off the screen. Get it off. It can stay.
I think I'm just curious because I like now meeting a lot of content creators and hearing a lot of people being like, I don't even know what to do anymore. YouTube's just not fun anymore. And I'm wondering, like, why did you start in the first place? Why does anyone start in the first place? And it's really interesting to find out. Would you say that you did a lot of content because you were just like, this is where money's made?
Yeah, it's two parts of the simplicity. One is money, and two, I did like doing it.
Yeah.
It was just I like doing it, and I see a path forward with money. Turns out, I can't make money on my social medias personally, but it led to a financial avenue with Rooster Teeth.
Sure.
And hopefully it goes on for however many years it continues.
If you didn't make that raisin video, who knows?
Oh, true.
Yeah, it's
The
interesting.
inventor of raisins.
What if we took grapes?
Do you think that like
It's not.
Patient 1738. Why did I say 1738? Damn.
I always like to make people more
Like
complicated
Fetty Wap?
than they are.
Hello.
And then sorry.
No, sorry.
No. This is a comedy podcast.
The elephant in the wait.
No, let's rate.
I would like to rate some
Let's
of our
rate-
episodes.
let's rate
Let's start
some.
from the beginning. let's say that we're IMDb. We can take an average of our 3 numbers, and then we can post them on IMDb and have like a numbers like ranking them. You know,
We'll post them on IMDb.
It's weird because I
you
didn't.
can post shit on IMDb, right? You know that, right? You just send them an email and they'll just put your shit on.
It's weird because like with the podcast, it wasn't something that I was like really interested in doing, and so the idea that none of us were. So the idea that I'm like, oh, this one was better than the other one, it just sort of felt like it to me. They all blend together because I was just sort of like, I don't have a vision for this because it's sound.
Yeah, I guess it's. Oh, I guess it's a little different for me because I was kind of
Yeah,
delegated
you were
to
the host,
to
group leader.
do the creative for many of the episodes, which was fun for me for some of them. I liked making some of the games. I liked doing.
Yeah.
I like the games. I like gamifying shit.
Sure.
It's cool. I think that's part of it too. Is since I was a kid, I just liked the games. Like I always came up with games. So I like making games.
It's cool.
And
A
on my
lot of
YouTube channel, I would do a lot of games
your
too.
videos, I feel like, indicate that you do like mystery and puzzles. Scavenging hunts. No, but it's really cool. It's stuff that I would never do because I'm just like, it's just not, the special interest. It's not like the thing where I'm like, I got into a groove. I liked it. But it's really cool to just see the difference.
It's so stupid that YouTube puts ads on your own video. Like if you want to watch one of your own videos and it's monetized, they put ads on it. Like I was trying to play one of our videos.
That's putting money in our pockets.
I don't know.
Not when I press the damn skip button.
Why there's so many pictures of me?
From thumbnails.
Our first podcast,
Thumbnail.
Aliens Are Real.
No, that was crazy. That's so. To
It
me,
starts with Caroline eating a banana.
to me, it was bad only because like I feel like we didn't start getting into conversation until a lot later. Like it was like we were trying to have a conversation instead of just having a
I feel like
conversation.
we still have that problem. We still do that.
I know.
But it feels like that was never okay. It was a problem until it wasn't a problem because that seems to be just what we do is have a conversation. Like we're starting this fucking 50 minutes into the podcast.
True.
Like that's kind of just like the thing that we do.
Oh yeah, I meant like more like this is just my perspective. It kind of felt like we were like trying like is this interesting? Like while we were having the conversation, like can we talk about this? How do we do this?
Yeah,
and it
yeah,
felt
yeah.
really like thinking about podcast first and conversation was not a thing. It was like the
Yeah.
art of making a podcast. Whereas now we're just sort of like whatever.
I was super not comfortable with like telling jokes or like trying to be funny or like
Yeah, you're just a funny guy in general though.
yeah, but I just like I felt like I was definitely like trying too hard. I was definitely just like, oh, the cameras are on.
Yeah.
I'm with these 2 new coworkers that I haven't really worked
Yeah.
with, and like I also like I was like for a while I like even still like sometimes I like fanboy over Sammie because like I was a fan of like Sammie like
Yeah.
and like so I was like I just like want to like be funny and like Caroline has this energy where I feel like she like could judge me and like psychoanalyze me at any second like if I tell like a bad joke you'll be like, oh wow, Will really did this as a oh, wow. Stay putting your tongue back in his mouth oh my god. So I wasn't really comfortable until like
God,
2 months ago.
I remember the podcast where I felt comfortable. It was the podcast where we were trying to make fake sponsorships where we kept just going into fake sponsorships. And I was like, I came out of that recording. It was the first time I enjoyed recording the podcast. Everything before that, I was like, what are we doing? But when we were like saying, they're like, the BetterHelp in this episode says sponsored by BetterHelp. Have friends
Don't.
eat fresh.
I was uncomfortable because I didn't have a bed.
Yeah, crazy.
You just show up with back problems.
I did.
Like,
I didn't have a
4 hours of
bed.
sleep.
I didn't have a bed. I didn't have a bed for a long time, but that was a choice that I
I
made.
know. I was like, Sammie, get a bed.
Yeah, that.
And you're like, no. I'll get it for cheaper or free. I get a free bed one.
I sound crazy. Why am I rocking back and forth?
No, I'll get it for cheaper.
Will.
And you did. Or no, you ended up just buying a fucking bed for normal price. That's what I was trying to tell you. I was like, eventually you're just going to spend the same amount of money on a bed.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
You're like,
interesting.
I need to look through all my options. All my options.
I did.
Yeah, I know.
I almost got the $90 bed from IKEA.
Yeah,
and I've been laying
yeah.
like this.
I feel like if you and Sammie swapped like financing habits,
Oh, God.
you would be a
Jesus
billionaire.
Christ. Me? Oh. With all the like brand deals.
You get
and
brand
shit.
deals, and you tell
But
me
the
how.
thing is, whenever I get a brand deal, I'm like, I have so much money to spend.
Dude, that's what I'm saying, because you told me how much you get for brand deals, and I was like, I could keep that for like 5 years.
There's some people who, when the paycheck hits bi-weekly, they'll buy a computer, and there are other people who buy like a burger, like my little cheat day, and then buy a burger and then not spend anything for the rest of the month.
my
Your
cheat,
computer.
Yeah, my cheat thing is like a brand new graphics card that's like $1,000.
I go back and forth. I think like when the problem is that when my mental health is bad, and I'm like, it doesn't matter anymore. I don't even want to be here. I don't think about what I spend. I don't end up spending that much anyway. But when I'm like thinking about it, some of the numbers that you said to me, I was like, I could keep that for 4 years.
If I was
I did not,
smart
like-
with all of the money
Yeah.
that I've made, I could definitely be making money off of the money that I made in like
That's passive.
investing.
But that's okay.
Investment,
That's why
real
having
estate,
money
and-
friends is good. Like I
Yeah.
have been taking the time to find, not that I've found money friends like on purpose, but finding money friends has just been so helpful because they're like, oh, just like you have the wrong credit card. I'm like, what do you mean the wrong credit card? They're like, there's just better credit cards to have that will like help you with this. I'm like, what are you talking about? What do you mean there are different credit cards? They're like, dude, of course there's money friends, great
I need money
investment.
because like even when I
finance
try
friends.
to do like
Yeah.
smart things, like I fuck up.
Yeah.
Like I put like a large chunk of money because all of my money is in my
IRA.
checkings. My checking account. And,
what?
like,
I thought you opened up a savings.
the thing is I did, and then I transferred a bunch of my money into it, but it turns out that like I needed to open the savings was in my own savings and I needed to open one for the business one instead.
Yeah.
And so like if I put all that money in mine, then like that would be extra like income or something. Like I'm paying myself and then I have to like report a bunch of, and then it just like I fucked up.
Yeah, it's
And
confusing.
like I didn't know that I fucked up and
Yeah.
like I was like shit like but luckily I called the bank and like they undid it or whatever. But
Sure.
like I
if
really
you had a finance friend to just do it for you.
yeah, but the thing is I thought I had a finance friend a few years ago and then I gave him like a bunch of money to invest and then he lost all of it.
Okay, hold on. A finance friend that helps you like arrange your money is different than a person that helps. That's like a broker.
Yeah.
Your friends are not
But
brokers.
he was like a freshman in college who just took like finance 101 or something.
So you said all of it?
Are you serious?
No, not all of my money.
Dude.
That would have been crazy.
No,
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 No, all
no.
of what you gave him.
No, you.
Oh, no. Probably like by the end, I probably lost like 50% of the money.
Oh, no, I meant like a friend that's gonna be like, oh yeah, just use Rocket Money. Like where they're like, oh, just use Acorn. Like,
Oh,
just
I have Rocket Money.
but that's what I mean. Like just someone to tell you
And Acorn.
where to put your money, right, and how
Yeah.
to spend it.
I like having a shit ton of money in places that I forget about. Like I have a bunch of like
Actually,
like I didn't know.
No,
here's
that's
the thing.
true.
Here's the thing. I didn't know that Rocket Money has been taking money out of my account and saving it for like 2 years. And I checked like 6 months ago, and I had like a bunch of money just like in Rocket Money that I didn't have access to. And I was like, wait, I have like thousands of dollars right here.
content creation lets you be so irresponsible because you will get, for doing the most absurd work, a lot of money all at once. And then if you're irresponsible with it, because this happened with me with Spotify royalties, where I was just like, oh, the royalties just go directly into my bank account. Not true. One day I just found out that all the royalties for 3 years had been collecting, and I was like,
I think that it's also the thing is like the reason I don't feel bad about it is because I was so broke for so
Yeah.
long,
Yeah.
like growing up,
Yeah.
that like now like having access to money,
Yeah.
I think like there's actually like two different ways that either I feel like there's like two extremes of like having money. You're either like really really frugal because like you really don't want to go back to that and you're scared of like going back to that, or you like are reckless because it's like, oh my god, I have money now, like this is crazy.
Yeah.
And like I'm on that extreme.
Sure.
But also I feel like I'm making it seem like I'm like stupid
Yeah,
with my money.
no.
Like I'm never like I'm like good. Like I'm not
Yeah.
I was pretty stupid like when I was like 19 and had a bunch of money. Like
Yeah.
when I would like going from working at like I worked at Dutch Bros coffee shop. Going
Yeah.
from working at a coffee shop to making like to like blowing up and like suddenly like having
Sponsors.
all these sponsors.
Yeah. It's a lot.
I just like didn't even know what to do with
Yeah.
it.
I at the time, because I didn't know anything about like declaring money. So when you have a lot of stuff come in all at once, you're like, I don't know what the IRS is going to make of it. Like all this stuff that you just don't think about. But I do have a thing where like if I get to a point where I'm bad, I freak out. I freak the fuck out.
Yeah.
I freak the fuck out.
Yeah, and especially after this job shutting down, I definitely started freaking out a little bit just because like the just like not having consistent income is like scary.
Of course.
But
This is my
anyway,
only income. I don't
Yeah.
make shit off of Instagram or TikTok.
dude,
Nothing.
I made porn. Hold on. Nope.
What?
Hold on. Hold on.
Drawings.
Yes.
This is
shit.
disorienting.
Hold on. I
And
did.
it's not
No,
that
there was a
delayed,
point where, I don't know where it came from, but just like a little bit of a. What is he trying?
was I kissing that shit?
Wait,
Don't
that's
make
from
me
the
kissing
Yelp.
that.
That's
Yeah,
from the Yelp thing.
Speaking of, the Yelp episode was one. Let me tell
man.
y'all my top 3 favorite episodes.
Yeah.
that
Oh
we've
wait.
done.
To clarify, I drew porn when I was
Oh,
a
yeah,
teenager to make money, and then yeah. So that was that. Just wanted to put that
Yeah.
out there.
I used to
It's-
valet.
I was scrappy. I made money in interesting places too. Like I had
Yeah.
a Minecraft server that I
Yeah.
was making money on when I was like 12.
Yeah.
I sold Instagram accounts when I was like 15.
Yeah. I was industrious back then. I'd
Yeah.
find ways to make money
Yeah.
and just collect, but not enough to ever report. Other than the stuff that I did make enough to report. That was crazy. Different, but yes.
Right.
Yes.
My favorite episodes. I really liked. Okay, I'm gonna say episodes I didn't like and episodes I liked. I liked the how much does a Subway sandwich cost? That money game.
Yeah.
I really like that one. That was satisfying.
Mine
for
the
me to,
green
like,
shirt.
make. Yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck? I wasn't a big fan of Would You Talk to a Hot Plumber? What was
And
that
the
one
gray
about?
shirt. Gray shirt.
Yeah. What the hell?
That was a day that you were like, you should take a nap. And I was like,
Really? I don't
Yeah.
have any memories associated to this day.
Did you grow?
You know about
I was
Matthew, Mark, and
so
Luke, and John, the
tired.
national letters of the Romans, and First and Second Corinthians,
Leviticus.
Galatians and Ephesians.
Yeah, kind of. But there's like so many
why is
like
it
side
so
quests that went on in
loud?
the Bible that I like only hear about now. I get the general gist, but then someone's like, "Do you know
Can you
that part
play
in the
one
Bible
too?
where they like brought people on
Can
the
we
table?"
all play?
No.
that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Can we all-
I don't
Absolutely.
even think I have my phone on me.
I got you.
Thank you,
I
Sammie.
don't have my phone on me.
You're not gonna play it? We're done.
I don't have
No, I was. We should. Wait. What?
I got
What do you think about religion, Caroline?
It's the lamb, and then they started burning people, and it was like John. John was like, "Huh?"
Yeah, I don't know shit
Wasn't
about
that Old Testament?
I
something, you know,
I-
actually,
actually,
that's
for
the
the
Old
duration of this
Hello,
podcast,
everybody.
So,
Welcome to the
what do you think,
Hypothetical
Theovan?
Nonsense podcast where everything is fake and nothing is real. Today we're talking about
Why is he so fast?
why are we? You know what's crazy, Will?
Wait, please,
You'll
please
cut.
do one of our
Hold on, hold on.
episodes.
I just want to point this out. Will cut an entire intro that's hilarious, and then play this nonsense. You'll be like, "What if cut his name out? What if doesn't like it?"
I don't think is listening at this point of the podcast.
Oh, it's the
He's
intro.
not listening to
It's
an
the
hour
intro.
of this shit.
Sure.
All
This
right.
dude is listening to the first 5 minutes and seeing if we actually talk about what the title says. And then
because there are some good ones and some that might be, you know, your idea of a good job might be my idea of a bad job.
I would just like to say before we begin, I think I only got 3 hours of sleep last night.
oh, it was the nap. That was the precursor to the nap.
Yeah.
So we're giving narration. Can you narrate your episode? Wait, put it in one-time speed for a second.
Oh, absolutely.
We're gonna narrate
You
the.
start saying crazy
We're gonna
shit.
give like
Honestly,
post game
it depends.
credits
I
or
think
post
either I
interview
get,
post game interview.
We're commentating on our commentary. Are you
That's where
fucking
my brain
serious?
goes, Or I get really snappy. I get really angry.
You
Oh, I
do
turned
get
Caroline
kind of
back to a
snappy and
fraud.
kind of
The
angry.
highest
Yeah.
rated episode.
Math?
No,
What if I
I'm
give
not
you
a
bunch
good
of math?
person.
If I
I feel
slap
like
you,
Good person.
no.
So we rated the
I
highest
told
episode
you this when I first
of
met you.
Family
I
Guy
said,
and the
Will.
lowest rated episode of Family Guy.
I said I was a bad person, and you were like, I don't think so, Caroline. And I was like, no, wait. Every person I meet, I'm like,
let's
I'm
say-
bad.
okay,
You're like,
well,
you don't
first of
seem
all,
like
Like Michael Jackson bad.
That woke you
yeah.
up. For minimum wage.
Wait, which one? Wait, Sammie, did you say something or was that the
I'm curious.
At the
if you
start
can
Wait, oh,
of
no, you're
this
talking to me, Mike.
podcast, when we
about
started this
ideal man. Let's
podcast,
say, okay,
I
you're
believed
16,
in God.
and your parents
Okay?
are like, you need to
Wait,
get a
really?
job.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Hold
Wait,
on,
pause
hold on,
that.
hold on. When we started this podcast, I believed in God, and there is an episode, you can see the transition. There is like 3 episodes where I stop believing in God, and up until this point where I do not believe in God, and I have a completely different understanding
no
of the
God.
universe.
This is what I mean when I'm like, you were having an existential crisis and I just didn't have a bed. Like, like
No, but I've always been I think it's really interesting. Well, okay. I've always just had a little problem with existentialism, and I don't even think it's like, because existentialism sounds cool. It's like, ooh, it's a night that we, but it's not. I think it's like this is intense, but I think that I have an inclination to have really, really, really depressing thoughts, and I think that that's ultimately why I am sad sometimes, and it's okay because it's good, but that inclination to be horrifically depressed is what causes me to always be thinking about that and life and the way that I look at it. And I think it's genetic. Like, I don't think that there was anything
Interesting.
that happened in life. Like, there are certain things where I'm like, oh yeah, that clearly corresponds to the way that I act now. But that was there since I was like very, very young, where I was just like, what am I doing? What are you doing? Why are we doing this? And I was like, I don't want to be here anymore. I'm like 5. And I was like, I don't want to, what is happening?
Yeah, that's crazy. I don't remember shit that happened when I was 5. I just remember like swallowing marbles and shit. Like I was like
Yeah. I
you
remember
were a
5.
real eater.
I was hungry.
Real eater.
One thing about
remember
me,
Bro got the
5.
McDonald's app in his taskbar.
just
His greedy ass.
greedy.
Yeah.
Um,
I'll always be having existential crisis. It will never end. They will never end.
Yeah, when I moved, I was just a little depressed when I moved here. I was like, I'm in a new city and I don't have any friends, and I just freaking.
Do you have friends
And
now?
also, I didn't.
I have 1 friend.
Yeah.
I have 2 friends.
Yeah, but at least the thing is, like, when at least a couple, I'm cool. Like, if like at least one thing in my life is going right.
Yeah,
Like,
me too.
Like the thing is, when I moved here, like I had no friends. This shit was like we were making like
Dookie.
yeah, we were making like
Painting.
Oh, what's our worst video?
Probably one that's unlisted.
Yeah,
The
we were
music?
making like
No, that was beautiful.
the music.
Yeah, I think it,
Which ones did we unlist? Or
Did
I
you your
unlist?
office? Did you unlist your office video?
Yeah, we were making like the Gen Z office
we
video.
were experimenting. I think that in the beginning, I definitely overthought everything, and it made no sense.
I think if we posted the music video
surfing the internet.
like around this time, I feel like it would do good. Or
That's
do,
such a good point, but
No,
we don't
yeah.
have the rights,
we
right?
don't.
do
Yeah,
not.
We
That
never will.
sucks.
Yeah.
What our worst video?
I don't-
I think
So I think Caroline and I's actually, I think I just wasn't funny in the surfing the internet video that we made. I think I just remember sitting there and just being like, I'm just haven't said anything funny this whole time.
I think my sense of humor has changed so much that I'm like, I can see why all of this is so funny. I personally just don't laugh anymore or find it funny anymore. And the things that I laugh at are weird. And I'm like, no one cares. So that's why I'm like, I have to take a step back and let you guys do stuff, because I'm like, I can't help you. The things that make me laugh are psychotic.
But you do though. But you used to be saying shit that I laugh at.
No, in like conversation, it's fine. But when it comes
Yeah.
to like content, like the idea of content in general, I'm like, well, that's just not funny as media. It's funny in person, but media has become like a really different thing for me, where I'm like, that doesn't make me laugh. But now my idea of like,
But I feel like that like attitude like
Yeah.
contributes to the dynamic in such a beautiful way that like in like for example there's in the Jonas Riz class video, we do a bit where Jonas dresses me up and you're just like really, like, this is what we're doing now? Like what like you'd think that we'd find something else, and you're sitting in the chair and I just wheel you out and I wheel you away, and I feel like without that, like the
Depression. Yeah.
without your hatred towards what we're
Yeah.
doing,
I'm Sally from fucking Charlie Brown.
Is that, yeah.
What?
I don't know. I've never seen Charlie Brown.
She's just like a Sorry. Yeah. Also,
I just don't know if that was a good analogy. I was waiting for anything. Like,
yeah. No.
was that a good
She's
metaphor?
she's just annoying. She's just angry.
Oh. Okay.
No, that's the thing. It's like I'm at the point in my life right now where I know that I'm very angry and have a lot of negative emotions and thoughts, but I'm aware of them and they're not affecting my lifestyle anymore. And I'm on the path to actually becoming happy. And I'm like, wait, what happens when I'm happy? Like, what do I do then? What?
You're free.
Then you're free.
Am I free?
chain.
Because that's the thing.
Absolutely.
Things get better. Things get better. They're good. And I'm like, this is really good. And then I'm like, well, why is it good? What is this? Why am I doing it? And then it just never like I will never be free of my own fucking mind. And it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's just that it's all the time. Always. What is happening? What is this?
Always?
It doesn't turn off. I'll be driving and thinking about like the nature of driving and like why am I driving? It's crazy. It doesn't turn off, and I don't think that it's healthy. I don't think it's normal. I don't think that's normal. But yes, it's cool. It's lit.
So no favorite video.
No.
Yeah.
Damn.
I don't think that I'm gonna have.
I hate all of our
I
videos
don't-
actually.
I don't
They're
think,
ass.
I think I don't. I just don't. No, I'm sure I have like I like more one than the other, but I think I just don't feel
but-
any that way anymore.
Was you lying then? Because there was a point where you were like after the crew
I know
episode.
what my favorite episode is.
The
It's the crew episode. I
episode.
totally forgot. Yes, I actually love that one. No, I just love doing that one. That was so fun. That was my favorite recording.
Yeah.
I love recording, but I think YouTube in general, like the way that I feel about YouTube and the way that I feel about social media, I'm like, this is such nonsense. That anything that is uploaded, I'm like, this is such fucking nonsense. So now I'm like, if I upload anything, it has to be like, well, yeah, this is nonsense, and really leaning into it. Otherwise, I'm just like, why? It's really bad, and I think it's just because I started it so young and had a lot of really weird experiences with YouTube that are unique to me because of who I was at the time. So it's just like now my perspective. Like I can cognitively understand these are great videos. They're really funny. It's a special thing. But my feelings do not align with those thoughts. My feelings are like, what is this? Why?
That's real.
And to live my truth
Live your truth.
to live my truth is just to say like, I
Okay,
just don't
slime.
feel anything.
Mm-mm.
What? She can't be my slime? All right, twinning them.
Go best friend.
Go.
You said lime?
I really like. Oh. Speaking of limes, shout
Oh.
out Dev Limes.
Wait, I thought you were going to talk about the...
The lemon versus lime. The thing
Yeah.
is, like, I was proved wrong, and I
Dude.
can accept that. I was wrong.
I just remember
We
being in
cooked
the
you with
car
the
with
grape
you.
thing.
With the- who was that? Santiago?
Yeah.
The guy-
I just remember you sitting in the car with me and being like, listen, Caroline, like, I know that I might be overreacting, but I'm actually upset about the lemon and lime thing. I was like, yeah, but you don't need to make a problem out of it. You're like, I appreciate what you're saying, Caroline, but I'm not going to listen to you.
No, it was more that I got shut down so quickly.
no, it was
like
so
no one
valid.
heard anything that I said like 2 words and y'all were like, shut the fuck up.
No, it was-
Can we get this guy out of here?
We were so aggressive with you and you weren't wrong, but I just remember being in the car and you being like, I'm upset. I'm like, you have the right to be upset. Don't say anything.
Respectfully, he was wrong. Like
No,
respectfully.
it's not about that. It's about me cutting him off and being like, he's a fucking idiot. Fuck you for coming up with that. And we were just a little
like,
too
at least
harsh.
hear me out.
It wasn't fun, loving goofball. It was just like, fuck the idiot. So,
But
being in the car and having a
Fuck the
serious
idiot.
conversation
After-
was crazy.
Yes, please fuck the idiot.
we had our what?
Sorry.
Me, I'm stupid. Wait. we had
The what? Ladies,
wait. 2 + 2 = fish.
like sloppy.
Interesting.
Yeah, but you afterwards or whatever day it was, like me, Santiago, and you were in the room, and you're like, okay, guys,
This is what I was trying to say.
this is what I meant. Lemon and lime, like they're interchangeable, and we're like, no way.
But okay,
So-
this is how it went. I was saying that my point was that there are, out of anything that could be gotten rid of in the world, like there's such a close like replacement for a lime that I thought would be the object that you could get rid of and the world would be exactly the same.
Your tongue is sorry.
Well, we had a fundamental disagreement with that, where it
Yeah.
was, no, these are like distinctly different
Yeah.
fruits.
Yeah, and but then I was like, okay, what's an example of something else that you could get rid of and it would be less, like it would matter less?
And then we were like, this and this. It's like, well, that could be kind of like,
Yeah.
And then I think I said like an orange and like a tangerine or something.
Yeah,
And
I was
then Santiago said, what about green and purple grapes? And you were like, no, with the grape. Yeah. Like you almost like didn't hear what he said. It was like ready to like, no, but green.
There's also every single kind of apple and how they almost all taste about the same.
Yeah, but then
To all the apple heads out there.
No, you're right. Granny Smith versus Gala, completely
Yeah.
different. You're right.
But then there's a question of, are red and green grapes different foods, or are they the same
I don't
type
wanna,
of food?
because this
Are
is
they different? Are they the same food but a different,
wait.
like a big lemon versus a little lemon?
Just listen to this, Will. I totally understand why
Are
you
you
got
still
upset.
trying to have them fuck the
Because
idiot?
you started that sentence, and I was like, "This is Will's bullshit." And I was immediately about to be like,
Yeah, you stopped me before I even said
You
shit.
were like, green, like, what is the difference between the colors and the taste of colors? And I was like, no, we're not having this conversation.
I think you were stopped for the lemon and lime thing because there's a difference between Will's real and Will's bullshit. Will's bullshit comes in when he knows he's about to say some bullshit.
Yeah, this is you poking at me like, what did I do?
It's literally
What
the
are you
Will's
talking
bullshit where he's like, okay. And he'll get like fake serious. We're like, okay. So are green grapes and red grapes, are they like the same food or shut the fuck
I mean, it was a good point though. Like, are green grapes and purple grapes different foods?
No. Let's just say for all intent, no.
What's your favorite episode of Best Friends today, Will?
A BFT or hypothetical nonsense? My favorite episode, I think, was probably Family Guy versus American Dad, just because. Wait, what happened? That's crazy. When did that get on the screen?
Right when you said it.
When I said
Right
that?
when you
Were you
said
all
it.
waiting for someone to say, like, finger over the trigger?
That's crazy.
That's funny. Because by the end of that, I think I just like devolved. I think that's the first time I said dip chick, and I think I was just like,
dip chick, dude.
I was just lost my mind. And just Sammie told me to take a lap. I was just like, fuck.
This podcast, I've realized, like, I am not the most entertaining I can be on this podcast. Like, this dynamic is not where I can shine, because where I shine is when I can just yap, and that's not here. But I've realized that this podcast is therapeutic for me, because the only times when I feel like I really enjoy the podcast and I feel funny and I feel like everything's going well is when I've lost my mind. Like, there was an episode where I came in after not like sleeping, getting 2 hours of sleep for 2 weeks, and I was like at the point where I'm like hallucinating, and I had the most fun on the podcast, and I was like, what's happening? And it's when when this is gone, when my brain's gone and I'm goofy, that it's fun. But I'm not goofy enough at the time. But it puts me in a state that helps me in my normal life, because otherwise I'd be too like,
oh,
what is
therapy.
happening?
This is therapy.
It's therapeutic to just get out of my head and
Yeah, the
lobotomize
feeling
myself.
the feeling after doing a good podcast, I ride that high all day.
More
I'm
Will
going home.
bullshit.
I've had it twice, 2 times.
That post podcast clarity.
It was funny having Diego and Jonas on the podcast, because I was just sort of like, I'm just going to talk about what I want to talk about that day.
Yeah. I wonder. I didn't watch that episode, but
Why?
because I wasn't in it.
No, and by the way, no.
I'm joking.
And that is such a true answer. There's
I've never watched a full
episode
of
Neither
our
have I.
podcast after it. And shout out to Sammie for
I've watched
being the one
every
that
single
needs to
episode.
cut
That's how I
things
know the
and-
shirt colors, because I've watched every single one of these episodes.
hours.
It fucking I lose my mind. I'm like,
Do you watch it on 2x speed too?
I just learned how to do that on Frame a week ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
I
I
was gonna
watched
say
them.
that must be gibberish on like 2x. Listening to the hypothetical nonsense on 2x speed must be like.
So I have
done that
seen the
before.
Jonas Diego podcast.
I've listened to all the Well, I think for me, I just like don't care. I don't know. Well, okay, but I've definitely to listen to a podcast to like get more information. I've listened at 2x speed, but I don't. There are very few videos on YouTube that I will watch at normal speed. Red Letter Media, this guy that does like F1 videos, like Rocket Power Mohawk, and then everything else is just I can't watch it normal speed because I'm just like, what? I can't. It makes my teeth hurt. That's why I'm like, I don't with YouTube videos. I just don't get it anymore. I'm just like, it's not anything anymore. I can't do this anymore. But then there are some YouTubers where I'm like, wait, I want you to make more content. So it sucks for me to be like, fuck this and fuck I don't even think anyone cares. Meanwhile, I care about like 2 YouTubers. That's me, guys.
Holy shit! When is
That's
that from?
me.
Our Christmas picture.
Merry
Our Christmas special?
Yeah.
Our
Merry
Christmas special?
Christmas, everyone. Oh, and Trixie and Katya. Okay, shit. Actually, there's a lot of content I like.
The Jonas and Diego episode is really interesting because I didn't watch it, but I did see the comments, and a lot of the comments were like this. Like, I think one of the most like comments was, "This wasn't hypothetical nonsense. This was existential shadow work." And I was like, what happened in this episode? and it got pretty deep, right? Like you guys were talking like
Not for me.
not for you, but for them.
Probably, but I'm just I don't know. Yes, I don't know. I don't think it's that deep. It wasn't
Like, were
that
they
deep.
talking about personal? Like it
Yeah,
got personal.
it got personal, and maybe it was a little like, oh no, actually that's not true. Diego started off talking about death, and it was like a little silly and goofy in the beginning. But I don't think that stuff is really that deep. I actually don't think things are that deep when you talk about them. That's why they're fun to talk about. Things are deep when real shit in life happens, and real shit in life happens like.
But it was deep for a silly podcast, for a podcast, right? Like, are there a lot of podcasts where people are just putting everything on the table and like on the verge of crying about like, because it seems like that's what you consider deep, is if like you really like some shit that only you would tell a psychiatrist.
Guys, I'm planning on going into the psychiatry podcasting business.
Oh God.
Guys, I'm planning on getting comedians on my podcast, and no jokes are allowed. You're not allowed to be funny. You have to be serious the whole time, and you need to cry. I'll pay you $5,000 an episode if you cry.
You should. Oh my God.
That's gonna incentivize people to not be. They're gonna just cry.
You should have. Oh, never mind. That was almost crazy.
What?
You should have, like 10.
Yeah.
Suicidal people on the podcast
Okay.
and talk with them and talk with them over the course of like 6 months. It's like group therapy for a podcast, and then that's like that's like some reality TV shows where
That's
it's like
too far though.
No, that
because it's so upsetting to actually have group therapy in this situation. Like doing that in a hospital is like, it's upsetting. And,
but it seems like
but people would fucking watch that.
and yeah, there's like a lot of, especially I feel like people don't talk about how far like reality TV shows go.
Yeah.
Like has anyone seen The Biggest Loser?
Yeah.
That's like fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I used to watch that growing up, and just recently I thought about it. It's like they would like the competition was like who could lose the most weight the fastest,
Yeah.
right? And like they would have challenges where it was like so gamified. There were challenges where there were temptation challenges where they would just like put burgers and like pizza in front of them and be
Yeah.
like, don't eat it.
It's
Don't eat the burgers.
Yeah.
Isn't that like
No, it's crazy.
and then people would like after the show they would the finale they would be like all fit and they'd be like super like they'd be like sometimes like oiled like not maybe I don't think they were oiled up,
Yeah,
actually,
but that's just an eating disorder. Like that's causing people to have eating disorders or do things that they don't need to do.
the majority of them gain the weight right back
Of
after
course,
the show. And
yeah.
like the amount of like body image issues that must have like
Yeah,
caused like
yeah.
from that and like feeling like they like knowing
Mm-hmm.
I can't imagine doing that and knowing that I can do it, but like
Yeah.
slipping back and like being like and like losing that self-control and being like and not being able to gain it back
Because it's a game.
because it's
you
a game.
won the
Yeah,
game.
you
You
won
got
the
your
game
prize.
and you got your prize.
Well,
and
it's
then what?
I think the reason why they gain the weight back is because cutting all of that weight so quickly,
Yeah,
you still have the same appetite
Yeah.
as before.
Yeah.
So you eat the same.
And you're back at home and like when they're on the show, you're in this controlled environment on this
you
resort
go back
where
to depressive environments,
Yeah.
which causes you to gain weight in the first place. A lot of people gain a significant amount of weight due to problems that happen early on in life. There's like a statistic that shows that there's one thing in particular that will cause a significant amount of weight gain, and that requires therapy, and it may never get better because that's just what happens in life, and that shit is so crazy. But I've seen in school you watch videos of like clinical. They're really old, but you watch like clinical psychologists like interact with patients, and that's a real doctor having a real patient, and it's not that interesting. but it's extremely therapeutic. And if you're someone that's like, you're watching someone that has like a mood disorder and you have a mood disorder and you're watching it and you're like, oh, this is really interesting. And so I'm like, there can be a point in time where on YouTube you would have something like that where it's not gamified, where it's like, we get 10 suicidal people to sit in a room. It's like, you just watch therapy happen. You watch people, maybe it's people that have been through therapy that are just like, it's their upkeep and they come into group therapy. That I think can
People
be
would
interesting.
Relate.
Yeah.
A lot of people would feel heard.
But that's why
I think.
I wish group therapy was something that could be documented and watched, because group therapy, it's so hard to find good group therapy. And I really think for a lot of things, it depends on who you ask, but it can be extremely effective, especially when you're young. That's why they do it in hospitals. Anyways, also because it's just easier to do it in hospitals. But whatever.
One more thing I was going to say about the Jonas and Diego episode, though, is that neither Sammie or I could make it that day to that podcast. And Diego was my guest and Jonas was your guest.
Yeah, I did not know any of these people.
Yeah, you didn't know either of them.
Yeah.
And I think I literally I think it was the day before. I think it might have been like
it was the morning of.
It was the morning of that I texted.
And I
was
picked them up in my car.
I can't make it this morning.
I was fine with it.
And I felt so bad, but I'm so glad that it went well because you can talk to any type of person. Like it's
not for funny. I can't be funny with everyone, but I can definitely talk to any person and get some really incredible medical. Today, this morning, I got some insane medical information from somebody I had a conversation with, and it's just in front of somebody else. I was like, wow, this is like a skill that's getting out of hand. Like I don't know what it is, but I can just get medical information. That
you're just bold. I think you're just
genuinely
think bold.
Part of it is being bold and part of it is being confident and sounding like
confidence and in like
it's just curiosity.
But also not in like an attacking way.
No,
I think like
what's going on? That's really interesting. How did that happen with what is it? Like this condition?
Reflective listening.
But also if I know like the medical term and that takes a bullshit amount of research. You just throw it out there and they're like, oh yeah. But I'm also I ask because I'm curious. And then I learn more about it from different people, and then I know more about it going forward. And it's just fun to listen to.
What else were other podcasts that? That's the only podcast that I've missed. I've never missed a BFTV. Isn't that crazy? I kind of want to miss one just to, but it's too late. Obviously. I mean, actually, I don't know.
What is happening?
I think it's gotten better. I think I've enjoyed doing the podcast more and more as time has gotten on. I like the one with Simon was fun. Simon's great.
Shout out Simon.
Yeah, that was pretty. That was intense though.
That was cool.
Yeah.
The elephant in the podcast room is our most like bullshit podcast. Like I don't even think I started talking about Trash Valet for 30 minutes and then Caroline left and then we came back, started talking about. Sammie was like this for like how long were you fucking there? How much silence was in that episode? Like I thought I didn't know none of that got edited out.
The waveform for that episode.
Yeah, it was probably crazy.
Yeah, I think it's fun that we've just the nice thing about Rooster Teeth is that it was so bullshit. I think is a great word to describe everything. Is that we were just seeing what bullshit we could get away with to fend off.
Yeah, it wasn't in like a. We didn't have any malice. I think. I don't think we were like, let's take advantage of this company and their money and like see what bullshit we could go away with.
Oh, now he's sleeping.
Oh, good night.
He's dead.
It was just like I think it's charming and there's so much like formulated bullshit on YouTube that's so like it's like everyone's trying too hard to be like best practice and everyone's just like, oh, we gotta put Mr. Beast in the thumbnail and like if I bought 12,000 Lamborghinis on my credit card and then
my mouth has to be open in the thumbnail or it has to be closed.
Yeah,
this is crazy.
So
are you excited for more of it?
Well, we didn't really do any of it.
Yeah,
really.
I think that.
I think you're right. I don't think we ever like sat down. We're like thumbnail and title first, and like really. But talking to this guy today, we should have.
No, I think that there's I think our audience would be a lot if we like really were like best practice because I think there is
it would be like 12-year-olds.
I don't think we found the perfect balance.
Yeah.
I think we could have done more like marketing in like certain ways or something. I think we did great for the time that we had. I think we did really great going from 0 to like
What do we have?
75,000 on BFT in like the time that we did, and gaining such a core audience that like really fucked with us is like super, like I'm super proud of us. Like I'm so proud of us and like what we did given the circumstances of, you know, the company and our respective mental healths, and Sammie not having a bed.
Yeah.
Sammie has a bed now.
I do.
And but I think that like it was a lot of the charm came from just like, it does seem like none of us knew what the fuck we're doing, and we're just like, what are we like even in the crew episode, a lot of it was based in like, we don't know how to operate the equipment. Like that was like a lot that. Anyway, I don't want to like psychoanalyze BFT.
Well, I think I agree that like everything on YouTube is so like every person is trying to gamify YouTube, and everything is so polished and sanitized, and we see people going through every single trend, and like everyone has their like the fast cut editing, and all their social clips have
the big subtitles
the
that
text
pop
up and
popping
bing,
up.
bing, bing, and it's like this is so transparently like there's no personality here. Like you are trying to make a quick
farming.
buck. It's fully farming.
It's literally it's audience farming and it's content farming.
It seems like, and like if we wanted to be like millionaires, we could do like some form of that. But it seems like we just wanted to make stuff without really much regard for, or too much regard for like, is this going to get a trillion views? Yeah. Like it was, I feel like that, I agree that the charm was just us. Like, why do we have 6 cameras? Like,
I'm glad that I think
crazy.
The fun thing about getting an audience was knowing my audience and knowing what their expectations were, and then just trying to like, you know, not like just like excite your audience. Yeah. But I think that with social media, not this, because this is a brand and this is a show and this is just entertainment. But when you're doing it alone, there is something about like now catering to an audience, which just feels so unnatural. Because it's like, I don't know. I don't want to get into it. I'd love to not psychoanalyze, but like just think about a little bit more the experience of having an audience with YouTube, because it's just weird. It's so weird, and I can't think of anything else like it from a different decade.
Well, like radio show hosts.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning on Moving 92.5.
I still think it's different. There's something about it that's so weird, and it affects people in such a weird way, and we get such weird content from it that there's something funky going on with social media. But anyways.
Sorry, I had dissociated.
That's okay.
You back?
Give me a second. And we're back.
Are you?
And he's back.
Where are you? How many photos? Is this the same photo?
It's the same photo.
Oh, it's the same photo, just moved over.
Just shifted.
It might be my turn soon, or they're gonna subvert expectations, and I'm not shown from this picture.
Speaking of your turn, Sammie, what was your favorite podcast?
I would have an answer to that if it wasn't for the fact that I like have to watch them not from an entertainment lens, but from like a, do I have to cut this? Do I have to cut this out? So it's like I'm watching an hour-long podcast, and it took me 3 hours to finish it because I'm pausing. Yeah, and I see my face so much.
It ruins the joy.
Like I see my face like from this like focal length or like lens length all the time, and like I'm used to what this looks like, and then I see my face from like whatever that like lens thing is, and I'm like, why do I look like this? Why do I look like that? So that is a hard question, but I will answer it because I think my favorite one is probably the one that I had to give the least amount of notes to. And that might be either the Grace and Julia episode I barely looked at.
Yeah, that one was crazy. I've noticed anytime that we have 5 people on, it's just gibberish.
I like it. Yeah. I would do a podcast with 20 people all talking at the same time for an hour and a half. And if I ever like make my own YouTube channel, that will be like the first video I do. Yeah. It's gonna be 100 people talking at the same time. An hour and a half. The Dev Lemons one, like I kind of barely looked at. That one didn't have many notes.
What The guest episodes are fun.
Yeah, I think I thought the cereal one was ridiculous. It was like super hot in here, and the milk was getting warm. Oh, there
It was just so
How
much.
you got so quick? How are you so quick, Isaiah?
There's so much cereal just on the table.
And so yeah, those I think are my favorite ones.
We've done so many food challenges.
Oh God, guys. I fucking love the food challenges, and you guys so obviously fucking hate to do them. And it's so, cause like I think I would thrive on like a Good Mythical Morning or something, cause I'll eat whatever, I'll eat that shit. But then I'm like, guys, let's do a food challenge. Yeah, but what if we don't do that? And
It's because like the night and the day after the food challenge, my body's like, what did you do?
I just leave this like
Sick.
post-food challenge.
Sick.
Here's what I will psychoanalyze. I love the food challenges so much because for a long time I was broke.
Yeah.
So I didn't eat a lot of food.
Yeah.
So that is that is why. Because
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
trying new stuff. I'm like, ooh, food.
Yeah,
And I'm like, and I'll always, this
It's
is just insider
special.
information. In every episode, I'll be like, wouldn't it be funny if we had a cheeseburger right now? Like, that'd be funny in the episode,
Sammie
right?
has gotten food in any possible way that we can. If there's an opportunity for there to be food, there will be food.
Yeah.
And
Like,
Sammie
oh,
would
it'd be funny if we had an eel roll for the because I was hungry. I wanted sushi. I was like, ooh, I'm going to want sushi tomorrow.
Yeah,
I promise you.
Yeah. I feel bad because, I mean, a lot of that is like Kat has to like obviously make the decision on if we like actually need
Do you deserve
cheeseburger.
food?
Do we deserve the food? Do we need the food?
But it always works.
And like I'll be like, since we're getting a burger, it might as well be a double cheeseburger with onions and pickles, right?
But then,
Putting in specifics towards the order.
the bit has always like worked within the video. The only time where it felt forced was the Dev Lemons episode because it just cuts to us eating it. I think that was our worst like justification. It was like,
Why
and
does
then,
it cut to us eating a burger?
what if we pull it out and eat Wendy's Baconators and then we're eating that? And I'll watch that episode. I'm like, that's absurd. So, the Best Friends Today episodes. Oh, okay. Here's what I'll say. Ugh. Here's what I'll say.
That's from the Yelp episode.
Here's what I'll say about Best
Damn.
Friends Today. At the beginning of BFT, like I'll echo the sentiment that it seemed like we were like really like fumbling to find our footing.
Yeah. It was a rocky start.
Looking back at these episodes, in my opinion, I don't think we've made like a bad video.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, fair.
I don't think any of these are bad.
Some
Even
of
the
them are
early ones.
lazier than others, and some of
Yeah.
them like we really did not enjoy filming than others.
Yeah.
Like those videos that we had to go to 6th Street, I was dreading those. Like I was not feeling those. I was just like, oh, we have to go
Those-
to in public interview.
The
and talk
early-
to people.
Episodes were like the phoned in episodes because we didn't really know what we were like doing.
Yeah,
Like we were like, it was like from April to like August. We didn't make anything. And we
Yeah,
were like, what do we, let's make
And
something.
we didn't know how it worked. We didn't know how like how our budget was like weird for a while, and we didn't really understand like we said like what our like BFTV was like really nothing.
Yeah.
Like, BFTV wasn't a talk show at first.
BFTV wasn't a show
No.
until
no.
the Santa episode,
No.
really.
Yeah.
Because, but the first like couple episodes we were doing was like, they were getting like not any views. And then the dubbed interview video got like 1,000 views. So then everyone's
we
like,
were like,
you gotta make
yeah, we gotta make
100
interviews.
dubbed interviews because those are your money makers. And we're like, why did it have to
thought
be
it was
this
just-
one?
yeah,
And then we
yeah.
made like you guys
The
made
second
we made
and-
a
no,
second one.
No, you were there too.
I was there.
You
there.
actually like had to bring the energy up because I think Carolina and I were just like not having it.
It
You
was-
had to like go in and be like, guys, like look, and I was like, oh, like I can't do this.
Because so I think that the first couple were like kind of phoned in. I think the celebrity menu, the 24-hour office challenge, and the Shark Tank video, I think those were the ones where it was like, now we're making stuff that we
switch. There was like we were starting to find our footing.
Because I think that celebrity menu items video, I think it's funny. Like Armando being like, if you bite that, I'm gonna throw up.
Yeah, yeah.
And then
yeah.
you bite it, and then he goes and throws up. He pukes. And then the Shark Tank one is so bizarre.
I love that one.
Because you're punching me and I'm making sounds. And you're like, and I'm like,
Yeah. Like, what? Shut up. That whole I remember I was trying to explain that like Shark Tank. So then I die and then come back as the presenter. And then you guys are like, what?
I don't think
Nobody believed.
The only person who understood it was Santiago.
Santiago was like, no, guys. He was the only one on my team. I was like, guys, listen.
Everybody was like, I'm sorry. So he's at the end. What does that mean? And you're like, I don't know. Just trust me. It makes sense.
It came together.
And then blindfolded game show challenge expert mode. What the fuck is this video?
That was okay. Yeah, that was just like I just needed to come up with something.
I think it's funny. Like you explaining it in the video, you know you were bullshitting. Welcome to the blindfolded game show challenge.
So
we're gonna be blindfold.
so no, Caroline has the lemons, and then he's gonna tell me.
Do you have the money?
Wait,
don't tell me.
I don't know why I pointed to the sides, but
And then it cuts to Caroline explaining, but she also doesn't. She doesn't
and
know
then
what
I
the
like
game
move
is.
her too. Yeah. Anyway,
These are like
those are deep cut BFT videos, by the way.
they are. They have like 4 views.
Yeah, by 4 we mean like 20,000, I think, but.
4 in YouTube language. 20,000 is not, unfortunately. I thought 20,000 people, that fills a whole fucking stadium.
That's
No.
all. That's a stadium of people.
We could go on tour.
Blessed. Cap
wants to go on
I
tour
would
with
love
BFT.
to go on tour with the whole crew, with everyone.
I'd lose my
A
mind.
fucking
I'll
10,
phone
like
in.
30-person crew. Like, we gotta bring Cameron. We gotta bring Cody. You know what? Fuck it. Let's bring Patrick in
Justin,
there.
Juan, Kat, y'all are coming.
Hell yeah. Woo.
Wow, just
That's
so much excitement coming from.
Seems like Kat's the only one who cares about the tour. Thank you, Justin Will. How's your kids, by the way?
Which one?
What's his name? Grok? Or Crippy? Or Klondike. I'll see myself out.
I think I'm gonna remove myself.
Okay, from the podcast right now.
Well,
Yes.
we're going till 4. We're gonna make a long video. So.
You got no. I took in the start. I did the start. You guys can you can do that. I think I just don't. It's not that I don't laugh. It's just very hard for me to laugh all the time. And I think that you guys, you should giggle and you should enjoy yourselves and reminisce.
This is like the end of Beautiful Boy.
I know. Oh,
But I cannot.
thought I was gonna agree with you.
I cannot-
Ended up not.
I cannot giggle and goof around and laugh. I just not under these circumstances. But I want you guys to have the world. So please take the podcast from me. Enjoy.
It is like Beautiful Boy.
Oh.
For sure.
Let's sign. No. This is our last episode, Caroline.
come back to finish it. You guys talk.
Oh, okay.
You could have said that at the beginning. What the fuck?
Wait, are you going to pee or you're going to come back after you pee or are you going to... What are you doing? I don't like it when you look at me like that. You know I don't like it when you look at me like that.
Oh, damn. The wolf came out of William.
The moon's out.
We're wolves. We
No, no.
all know what we own, what we own tonight.
I am curious, speaking of that,
Yeah.
speaking of whatever the fuck we just did,
Yeah.
I'm curious in how many years, in a certain amount of years, like every year I look back at stuff I made like 2 years ago and I'm just like, oh, like what, like, especially, I mean, the longer that it is, the like more cringe it is. Like looking
Yeah.
at some of my sketches and skits from like 2019, it's just like, oh, and like in 2020, I used to do this like exaggerated voice that I was just
The
that
TikTok
was,
voice.
The TikTok, I did like a TikTok voice like
Yeah.
crazy,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, am I gonna look back at this podcast in a few years and be like, what the fuck was I talking about? Probably.
I think when I look back at my own personal videos, I only wince at the stuff that was phoned in. Like the stuff that, because I go in, it's ebbs and flows of, I gotta post every single day.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
like, I'll think like, well, I could post every other day because I have more time to think about something. Like I go through phases.
Right.
So when I'm through the like 1 a day phase, like I'll get like some videos that I really like, and then
And some
Thursday hits,
stinkers.
and then I'm like, I gotta make something, and then
Yeah,
I make it. I know it's not good. I post it anyway because I don't really know what can perform well.
Yeah.
So I post it
Yeah.
thinking like, ooh, what if it hits the right audience? I know it's not
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
So those are
And
the
it doesn't-
ones I
but
look
every
back.
once in a while it'll hit.
Cheeseburger. I know that like it's not good. Like for example, the raisin video
Yeah.
was sort of out of desperation because I was posting so much that like I was like frustrated.
Yeah.
I was like posting so many like different types of videos to like see what would stick. And I made that one because like I was just frustrated. I literally propped the phone up on like my mom's lamp. And I was like, oh, what do I think of? And I was like pacing back and forth for like an hour. And I was like, grapes, raisins. I promise you this is what happened. Grapes and raisins. Raisins are fucking nasty. Only crazy people eat raisins. And then I made that and then I went to sleep. And then I woke up and I was like, huh?
Oh, so you woke up to it being like blowing up?
Yeah. I was like, Gah.
Yeah, that's a
No.
crazy. That's happened a couple times, and that's always crazy. I was like so like dopamine dependent on like the TikTok algorithm for a while. Like in a sense that like there were times that I was like I would post and like I was hitting that refresh, and then sometimes, but then there were times that I wouldn't care,
Yeah.
and then it would blow up, and I'd be like, really, that video?
Yeah.
But I definitely have some videos that I made a while ago that I think very fondly of. Like
Yeah.
I have a few ones that I'm like, I was really just like, I know exactly. Like there's one video that I was really proud of in like 2019, and it did really good, and a lot of the comments were like, this is the best video I've ever seen in my life. Like and I'm like, really? Like,
Yeah.
But like also like knowing like I was really motivated, and I was so proud of it, and I knew exactly it was inspired by like a Rick and Morty episode that I saw, but it was like different. But like I back when I first made TikToks, they were super Rick and Morty inspired because I was I watched like all of Rick, like 4 seasons of or maybe 4 wasn't out yet, but 3 seasons of Rick and Morty in like 2 weeks, and I was just like making like all these high concept like sketches that I thought were like really creative, and I think very fondly about them. But then there's like I also really struggled with knowing if quantity or quality was like and I still to this day don't know, because like I feel like I've experimented with both, but with quality there's the issue of like if I spent a month on a YouTube video and it flops, that shit is so demotivating. Like I used to spend like 50 hours on a YouTube video, and like I was really proud of it, and then seeing it not perform well, it's like, fuck, I wasted so much time, and like the algorithm doesn't like it when you don't post for a month. So it's like, but then like posting every day, I'm like, oh, I could do so much better. Like I know that I could do better if I just had more time to put into it. And I still don't have a solution to that. But a lot of the videos when I was like quantity over quality are just ass.
I don't think. Yeah, I agree. Like with my videos, not your videos. My my videos when
That's
it's
just
quantity
scroll.
over quality, I'm like, oh fuck, this one is like, why is this 3 minutes? But I have not found the solution to it. But I've gotten more perspective, because I would never have this job if it wasn't for like you seeing a video that I made. And the videos that like I would consistently make for a little bit, like they didn't get many views. So my thought process has shifted a little bit to, if it doesn't hit that like 100,000 view marker or whatever, as long as one person sees it who can like either be a decision maker, or like one person sees it who I actually care what they think about it. I don't look at comments for the most part, and I don't look at analytics. But I will check the likes to see which mutuals liked my video.
That's so
because
real.
those are the people that I actually care. Like, if like if my friend like Prance doesn't like it, I'm like, this shit was ass. Like this shit was funky. Yeah, I know it hit his algorithm. That shit was
No
was
like?
funky. Yeah, no like. But outside of that, like I don't really. If I think it's good, and if I think that like my friends think it's good, or if I think that like the people around me think it's good, I'm gonna post it, and I don't really care how well it does. But that mentality does change.
It changes, and there's so many things to consider, like it being like thinking about it as a passion project or something that where you're like, I just want to make cool stuff and I don't care what other people think. But also it's a job and I'm marketing it and I'm also trying to make money off of it. So I gotta make brand friendly content because brands are looking, but also I gotta be myself, but also a version of myself that hooks viewers in the first 3 seconds of the video. Is that so hard?
I'm so bad at first 3 seconds. My hooks come in like fucking 10 minutes into the video.
Bro, and a lot of your videos are like super cool because I think like some of the fun of watching a Sammie video in some of them is like realizing what you're referencing like a minute into the video. Like sometimes I'll be watching, I'm like, who is he dressed up? Like, who are you right now? And I'm like, oh, it's the Three Little Piggies.
It's just not, it's funny because that was not on purpose. I wasn't doing, I was like, this costume is so fucking obvious. And then like the first video I made like that, the comments were like, what is this? And then she watches, she's like, oh, and I'm like, oh.
When you get it.
I thought this was, oh.
But then it's like I don't think it's like best for views, but the people who do watch it feel like they're part of something special when they do get it. Like, oh, when you get it, like I get it, y'all get it, oh, y'all don't get it. I get it.
Well, that's the same thing with like a Wahoney video. It's like you put like so much effort into the video that so many people aren't putting into that maybe it takes like a month to make, but when you post it and when people see it, it's like, oh, when that video drops, like you're going to hire a bunch of people from Craigslist and you're going to orchestrate this whole thing, or like you're going to have this whole thing about how you fell in love with Siri, or like you're going to be pregnant and then everyone's pregnant and then you have the baby. Like there's so much there's so much thought into it that it's a different sensation to watch that as opposed to like someone who's like really phoning it in and it's like I just turned on the phone and I'm just looking at this. So all that to say, is it better to foster like a really dedicated audience or to cast a super wide net and get like 10 million people who kind of know who you are?
Yeah, that's a super good question and something that that's the thing with the pregnancy video that you referenced. Like the reason that I'm so happy with how that went is because it was a beautiful compromise of like, when I made that first pregnancy video, it was like using a trending audio and it was just like bullshit. I had some fake boobs and some fake abs and we like I wore the boobs and she wore the abs and like that was the video.
What if I had boobs and you had muscles?
That was the video. And then seeing that cast such a wide net, that got like that's, I think, my most viewed TikTok. I think it has like 15 million views. And then being able to like, how can I turn this into a story? Or how can I like show that I can be creative with that? So then it's like, okay, you're pregnant. Okay, what if you gave birth and there was a baby, but then you were cheating on me with the doctor and then the baby and then you killed the baby. And then it's like, okay, so then taking that like initial 15 million view audience and then like obviously like 5 million of those people aren't going to give a shit about like the
it's truncating it every time.
Yeah. But still like starting with that 15 million audience is like a lot better than starting with like what I had. I think I had like 1.8 million followers or something, you know? So like starting with like casting a wide net and then like switching up on them, being like, psych, like I got now there's a story to it. It's not just like a lot of the comments were like, wait, there's a lore to this? Like, you know, like there's more.
No, sorry, go ahead.
I had nothing else. I start sentences all the time that I don't have a finish to.
Like that. But that's what, I didn't have any, I had nothing to say. But I think I so agree with that. I'll like if a video hits, I'm like, okay, I got all these people eyes on me, but I'm not gonna make a continuation of that. I'm gonna make something else.
Yeah.
Like I'll be like, oh, that shit got 30 million views. I'm making something different. There's no sequel to this.
No sequel?
There's
bringing
no sequel.
Back
I did the couple sequels I've done, and these are privated now. But I used to do like watching a random movie on Netflix.
Oh yeah,
and I watch a random movie. Those hit.
Yeah,
and I just didn't like making them, and I kind of ran out of things to do. So I was like, So it was a combination of I wanted to make money off of TikTok, so I tried to find every avenue. Like I did like transitions, like those things.
You did?
Yeah,
What?
yeah, and they kind of hit, but they didn't hit viewership wise. But the editing was
Okay.
was solid.
You get-
It was solid. So I was like, I gotta stop making these. So I stopped making them, and then I was like, I could do like a commentary type of thing. So I watched. Do I want to say this? It doesn't matter. I didn't watch any of those movies. I pretended to watch them. I'd sit on my bed, look at a blank TV, and go like,
Wait, what?
So
It's fake. Everything's a lie.
There's a movie on Netflix called 365 Days, which I have seen.
Okay.
But at the time, I didn't see. So I was like, I know this movie's like raunchy. So I'm going to put it on a wheel, and I'm going to keep clicking the wheel till it gets to that movie. And I'm like, oh, no, not this one.
You redid the wheel spin? Man, fuck you.
I did the wheel spin like 100 times. I was like, why would I get on this
How
fucking
many
movie?
things were on it?
It was a couple. So
Okay.
I would
It
do,
wasn't like 50 movies.
No. I would
Okay.
do a random. So okay, it actually was a lot. So I'd count every like column on Netflix,
Yeah,
like 1, 2, 3, 4,
yeah.
5, 6. Okay, so there's 30,
Yeah.
1 through 30. I had to get to like 8. So
Okay.
I'm like 8. Ugh, top on Netflix. That's weird. And I count all the ones in that row, like 50. So 1 through 50. 6. Sometimes I'd pretend like it was at 12 and I got 8, so I just put it at 8. Like I'd Photoshop. It's like this is the 8th one. So I did that, and then I got on the bed, and I'm looking at nothing, and I'm like,
I respect that so much because you also didn't need to do all that. Like you could have said I watched a random movie and people would have believed you. A lot of people would. I know that like it's like the effect of seeing the wheel spin and stuff is like another layer to it, and that's why I respect it. But like any other average like person who wanted to make a TikTok would have totally just been like, I watched a random movie.
that I'm gonna look and see how many views I got.
No way! There was nothing. Nothing. Just
And then the one that hit, this one got like 3 million views. This is the 365 days one. This is me pretending.
You would you would have to get that raw video from me. You have to pry it from my dead hands.
That's why I'm not showing it to the camera.
You could
so
never beat. You wouldn't beat
interesting.
that raw video out of me of just me setting it up and
raw
just.
video.
So I did the Netflix intro, and then I time lapsed me sitting there, like
I've
to
never
pretend like the
seen
movie.
these.
Like, look, this is the time lapse, but this is so. This is
You
so
might as
fake.
well. Why don't you just watch the movie? You could have just watched the damn
Look, I'm
movie.
pretending to laugh at this.
Wait, were you pretending to laugh at?
At
What were
the
you,
Wattpad.
It's so interesting.
Because I was in school. I was in school, so I had time to watch the movie, and I did. And what was fucked about it was that usually I'd watch the movie after I made that like video to like be like, well, was I accurate? Was I accurate? It was. Yeah, I was doing some weird. I was like,
No,
I'm
yeah.
not gonna watch this because it's a TikTok, and at that time I didn't have any followers, so I was like, am I really gonna waste my time and like watch this, and then it just doesn't do well? So I'm gonna pretend to watch it. It hit. People kept asking for more, and then I was like, I'm done. And then I made the raisin video because that was such a departure, and then that one hit, and I was like, am I goated? And then the next one didn't hit, and I'm like, what the fuck?
that you think you goated and then you not.
Yeah.
But then you actually are. But then you think you not because another video doesn't do well.
So what's your guys' favorite episodes of Best Friends today?
Yeah, let's do an outro. Okay. All right. Guys, wait. Actually, can you guys do it?
Are you preparing
something.
music or
Yeah,
something?
yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Should I cry?
Leave that in. No, I'm joking.
Do you remember Love Is Blind? The guy, teardrops. He's like,
The
do you mind if I do this?
stick. He should have known that they were gonna leave
Of
that
course
in.
they were. No, but he thought he was like really with the. What? Bro. No, he thought that he was buddy with the fucking producers. Like, they're not going to leave this
I
in.
don't need this, by the way. I don't need it. Are you ready?
No.
Oh, okay.
Oy.
Give me 1 minute. I know. I'm making it.
You're making music right now?
Yeah. Yes.
Can we play?
Is it AI?
Not even gonna ask.
No.
This is a bullshit
This is
question.
so confusing.
I was about to ask a bullshit question. Can we play any song? Yeah, I shouldn't have asked that. Should I wait?
As we bid farewell,
Oh, you.
Okay.
You couldn't just write something.
the echoes of our laughter fade into the silence of parting ways. With each yabagooby spoken, memories of our shared joys and sorrows flood my heart.
Which ChatGPT did this? ChatGPT 1?
We found solace in the comforting humor of Family Guy. Just as we found
What?
Just as we found wisdom in the timeless debate of lemons versus limes. Always remembering that, indeed, Will was right all along. As the final episode comes to a close, I realize that though the podcast ends, the bonds of our friendship remain forever cherished in the recesses of my soul.
This is not heartfelt because a robot wrote this. This is bullshit.
No, I had to prompt it.
He can't verbalize his feelings, but the robot, this is a tool.
He needs a robot to do that.
Yeah.
Hey, Siri.
I prompted it and I told the robot how I feel.
Yeah.
But, sorry guys.
Okay, that's
so
it.
long.
That's it.
Farewell.
That's it. No, that's
Do you guys
done.
have anything? I feel like I just get like.
You know I have things. Always have things.
Thanks everybody for listening to the Hypothetical Podcast. It's been a journey, and podcast adjourned.
I don't think so. There was a press release.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in Variety.
Fuck, I love having confidential information. We are gonna keep making stuff on the podcast and on Best Friends Today. Do not leave. Hold the line. We just have to wait and see where we're gonna make it, how we're gonna make it, and just hold the line. Stay strong, BFTers and Hypothetical Hymen. Stay strong.